Hey guys, welcome back to the Q&A for our 24th broadcast. Thanks for joining us for the Becker Vineyards Texas Barrel Select Iconoclast. I hope you all enjoyed it. We've just got a few questions tonight. Leading off the questions, what's your favorite wine? So Brett, what's your favorite wine?
Well, I have a very standard answer to this, and it's going to be kind of funny. I always say, people ask me at the winery at Becker, what's your favorite wine? So there's two questions, right? What is your favorite wine ever? And then what is your favorite wine at the location that I work for that, pays my, bills at my house, right?
Right.
So I used to say it pays for the children's diapers, but they're older now, so I can't say that, right? I would say that my favorite wine is like my children. It depends on how they're acting. So that's
right. That's awesome. That's awesome.
why it changes. So one week, my son, who's a senior in high school, is the light of my eye. And then my daughter, who's going into her sophomore year, is the light. But it really depends on how they're acting. And I think you can equate this to wine. So all kidding aside, is that I think if you try wine every day, every week, like what we do, my answer does change every single week. What is the temperature outside? What do you feel like? And I'm a really notorious person for switching to white wines and rosés during the summer, and then heavier reds during the winter and the fall. And that's why I don't have a good answer.
No, I think that is a perfect answer, though, honestly, because as a winemaker, or anybody in the wine industry, honestly, you get that question frequently. One of my standard answers is champagne, if they're looking for varietal, because I really do love champagne. But, I can't tell you, I don't have a favorite that lasts 25 weeks in a row. Weather, like you said, time of year, what am I eating? I love Cabernet as much as I love Rosé. So, it really is. This is the beautiful thing about wine. It's an individual taste. I can give you guidance on what technically is a good or bad wine, but guys, if you like it, you're drinking it, and you say, yeah, I'll have a second glass, then that's the perfect glass of wine. I mean, you can't get any better than that. Okay, so kegs. This has come up again. So one of the questions is, can we get kegs? So Brett, can an average citizen, Joe Citizen, get a keg?
Sure. Normally we don't sell the kegs outside the winery because we didn't make very many of them. This was kind of an idea that we had, but I think from the standpoint of how the market changes with drinks to go during COVID, and somebody in the tasting room said that one of the local places that we order food from said you can order a margarita to go, but you have to buy it by the gallon because that's their size that they make.
Right.
There's if anybody wants a keg of wine that's 20 liters, that's 300 glasses, you can email the wine club department at wineclub.beckerwines.com or call the winery with the regular number and hit extension 230, because we've got a few of them in the back. We don't have a bunch, but yes, we'll sell a keg out of the front door of the winery. And if you got a celebration or a wedding, I mean, I can't think of any other better way than to tap a keg. And again, they're small, so they're a quarter of a beer keg.
Yeah, no, they are perfect, and absolutely, especially for this time of the year when we've got a lot of celebrations going on. Shout out to our 2020 grads.
Which my son is one that has graduation on Friday night.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our next door neighbor's daughter just graduated. They had a great little gathering party for her. They had a bounce house. I thought, God, that's perfect. I want a bounce house for my next birthday party. But
the problem with bounce house with one kid in it is not very much fun.
Yeah, right. So the next question, I'm going to kind of gather two of these questions together. One is, I'll read both here. One is, can you get the Iconoclast outside of the state of Texas, the Icon Texas Barrel Select? And two was, how do we get more of it if it's not at our local grocery store? So basically, guys, you can order this wine from us direct. You can call again, like Brett said, call the wine club. It's 830-644-2681, extension 230. Any of the ladies there, they'll help you. They'll get that order together. With the Iconoclast, you can order 3, 6, or 12 bottles. We'll ship it off to you. As far as the folks from Florida that asked, do we sell it in Florida? Currently, we do not distribute in Florida, but we will ship to Florida, and we would be happy to do that. And keep an eye out too. We offer all sorts of different shipping options. So go on our website or give us a call direct. So I think that's it. So I think we'll wrap up the Q&A with those. One last, well, hold on, one last one I'm being shouted at is your absolute favorite food with Cabernet. We went over this. Brett, you're going to have to give your standard answer.
It's tenderloin, tenderloin, and tenderloin. I want you to understand, if you have a party at your house, you need to learn how to cook a tenderloin. I don't care if you pay $27 a pound for it, or if you buy it for $10 a pound. But we had a great friend that taught me that the best meat to cook when you have a party at your home is a whole beef tenderloin. It looks like a catfish. So if you go to Costco or Sam's and buy that whole thing, you got to trim it yourself. It's going to take some work. And as my son tells me, Dad, I know how to do anything if I just watch it on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. How to trim it out, take the silver out of it. You'll end up with these 3 kind of cool cuts of meat. And the reason why, in my opinion, tenderloin is the best cut for a party is because it is shaped like a fish. So on the big end, you have this huge round part that if you cook it to temperature, it's going to be medium rare on this side. And as you cut through it, by the time you get down to the tail, it's going to be well done. And most of the time when you have a party, you're going to have the folks that want it, medium rare or rare. And then as you cut through it, it's going to get its way down to and literally you'll watch people grab it. And I'm like, oh, that's person that likes it well done. That's the person that likes it in the middle. And in my mind, that is the best cut of meat for Cabernet, period. And by the way, if you're a chef and you screw up a tenderloin, you shouldn't have a job.
But the other thing you forgot to mention about a tenderloin, yes, it does from the fat end down. And then you take that narrow end that's well done and the people that like that and you throw them outside of your house.
Get out.
No, I think a tenderloin is perfect. Absolutely. And I have to tell a story on you because at this last weekend when we went up for the View, we were cooking tenderloin for dinner one night and Brett was like apologetic. This isn't the best job I've ever done. I swear to God, the best job I've ever done is like, I climbed Mount Everest only twice this year. I'm sorry I didn't do it 3 times. This tenderloin was brilliant. The rub on it, everything. Tenderloin is a great choice for this. If you don't like beef or if you don't want to serve beef, honestly, it's a heavier wine, so serve a heavier dish, a fatty fish, mushroom soup, something along those lines that's got a more fat in it. The key for tannic wine like this is fat. That's a perfect key for pairing. So anyway, guys, we want to wish you great health, good wine, and thanks for joining us for the 24th, and we'll see you on Friday. Cheers.